The Virgin Islands are the western island group of the Leeward Islands, which are the northern part of the Lesser Antilles, and form the border between the Caribbean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean. Politically, the eastern islands form the British Virgin Islands and the western ones form the Virgin Islands of the United States. The British Virgin Islands is an overseas territory of the United Kingdom comprising Tortola, Virgin Gorda, Jost van Dyke and Anegada. The U.S. Virgin Islands is one of 5 inhabited insular areas of the United States, along with American Samoa, Guam, Northern Mariana Islands, and Puerto Rico. The territory comprises St. Croix, St. John, St. Thomas and Water Island. The Virgin Passage separates the U.S. Virgin Islands from the Spanish Virgin Islands of Vieques and Culebra, which are part of Puerto Rico. The United States dollar is the official currency on both the British and U.S. Virgin Islands as well as the Spanish Puerto Rican Virgin Islands. Etymology. Christopher Columbus named the islands after Saint Ursula and the 11,000 Virgins, shortened to the Virgins. The official name of the British territory is the Virgin Islands, and the official name of the U.S. territory is the Virgin Islands of the United States. In practice, the two island groups are almost universally referred to as the British Virgin Islands and the U.S. Virgin Islands. History. The Virgin Islands were originally inhabited by the Arawak, Carib, and Cermak, all of whom are thought to have perished during the colonial period due to enslavement, foreign disease, and mass extermination brought by European colonists. European colonists later settled here and established sugar plantations, at least one tobacco plantation, and purchased slaves acquired from Africa. The plantations are gone, but the descendants of the slaves remain the bulk of the population, sharing a common African-Caribbean heritage with the rest of the English-speaking Caribbean. In 1916 and 1917, Denmark and the U.S., respectively, ratified a treaty in which Denmark sold the Danish West Indies to the United States of America for $25 million in gold. In the 1990s, a Puerto Rican tourism campaign renamed the Passage Islands as the Spanish Virgin Islands, though they are seldom identified as such on maps and atlases. They are part of the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico, located east of the main island of Puerto Rico. However, they are geographically part of the Virgin Islands chain. They are closer to St. Thomas than St. Thomas is to St. Croix. Traffic control. Motor vehicles are driven on the left-hand side of the road in both the British and the U.S. Virgin Islands, although the steering wheels on most cars are located on the left side. Only on the Spanish Virgin Islands are vehicles driven on the right-hand side of the road. Larger islands, see also, Culture of the Virgin Islands, Music of the Virgin Islands, Virgin Islands Creole, British Virgin Islands, Dutch Virgin Islands, Danish West Indies, Lesser Antilles, Spanish Virgin Islands, United States Virgin Islands. References. External links: Government of the British Virgin Islands, U.S. Virgin Islands from the U.S. Office of Insular Affairs, University of the Virgin Islands. Materials in the Digital Library of the Caribbean.